For my biofuel project, I will be talking about the renewable energy source algae. Today, I'm going to talk about the biofuel algae, what it is, how it's grown, how it becomes fuel, and why it's considered one of the most promising renewable energy sources, and how it can also reduce our carbon footprint. I'm going to cover its economic impact and how much the public knows about it, and I'm also going to provide my recommendation on what should happen next. Algae is a renewable source created from microalgae, microscopic plant-like organisms that naturally store large amounts of oil inside their cells. Algae grow much faster than its land equivalents, corn or soy biofuel, and they require less land and can produce far more oil. How algae is grown. Algae uses the process of photosynthesis like plants, and algae needs carbon dioxide and sunlight to grow and develop. One of the good things is that it can grow in all types of water and conditions. It can grow in ponds, oceans, lakes, freshwater, seawater, and all of that good stuff. One of the good things about it is that it uses CO2 from the air or even from industrial waste streams to grow. So it can grow in non-drinkable water and all types of water. How the fuel is produced. Through the process of photosynthesis, algae converts carbon dioxide and sunlight into useful biomass in the form of lipids. So what will happen is sunlight and carbon dioxide and nutrients will stimulate the growth of algae. Then there's the process of harvesting algae, which is separating the algae from the water, the extraction, which pulls the oils out of the algae, and the conversion, which turns out oils into biodiesel through a chemical process called transcentrification. There are also algae strands that use fermentation to produce ethanol. The development status of algae. The biofuel is currently in the early development stage, which means that there's still research being done on it in order for it to become useful worldwide. Hundreds of millions have been investing into the research and testing the process, yet it is not widely available, which hopefully it will become widely available soon. The impact on the carbon footprint. The great thing about algae is that it has the potential to reduce net carbon emissions due to consuming carbon dioxide during growth. It does not require deforestation like other biofuels, such as corn ethanol. The economic impact of algae. Algae has extremely high production cost. That's a bad part about it. That's one thing that's making it not as widely available. But the byproducts of the production of algae can be used as pet food, fertilizer, and many more. And it can bring the price down, yet it is still expensive to use as a fuel. Research is being done to figure out how to make it cheaper. Communication to the public. The general public has little knowledge of algae as a fuel. Awareness is growing through government initiatives and university research programs. People don't know much about it yet, but hopefully the general public will learn more about it and be able to invest in helping get algae to be widely available because it helps our environment. My analysis. Algae is an extremely promising biofuel. It can help our environment enormously. The fact that it can use carbon dioxide from the environment and from industry plants to create algae makes it extremely helpful in our environment. Economically, there are many challenges though, and scaling growth is going to be extremely expensive, so that will have to be figured out. My suggestion would be to select specific strands that are greater in oil production than others, and to focus on using those strands so that energy and money is not wasted harvesting and converting algae into biofuels. A plan of action if funding were not an obstacle. I would invest largely into engineering the most effective strands of algae. I would create many large fuel extraction refineries. All of this would create large availability and commercial use of algae, as well as lower the prices. This is my page for citations over the websites that I used for my research. Thank you.